My story is that I started a company a little over 20 years ago, and it is a jewelry fashion brand. And through the years of building it, I was able to grow it globally, sold in stores like Nordstrom and Anthropologie, and we've been on many celebrities and many TV shows and magazines, and it's become a global brand that I'm very proud of. And I built it to a multi-million-dollar status, and annual revenue was growing year over year, and I felt very secure in what I was doing in the future that was ahead of me and the brand. And in our growth, I brought on investors, and unfortunately, my experience with that didn't turn out well. We got embezzled from, and the company got gutted in a very short period of time, a matter of 15 months, and our family lost everything, and they lost it very quickly, and all the foundation and support and security I had was literally ripped out from under me within a couple of months. Before I knew it, my husband and I had no money. We had lost our income, and we had lost our what small savings we had because we relied on that quickly, and so we didn't have the ability to buy groceries. I remember being in a grocery store and standing at the checkout line, and my card declined, and I remember standing and worrying that that was going to happen because it had already happened multiple times, but I was hopeful it wouldn't happen this time. And the groceries that we needed, the card declined, and I had to leave the grocery store and the checkout line with the cart sitting there, and I was in tears. And it was really scary. It was scary because we are a family that, with 6 children, so there's 8 of us. And they ranged at the time from, I think 3 years old up to 14 years old. And I couldn't provide for them. At that time, it did happen very suddenly. I had a lot of pride, and I didn't want anyone to know what I was going through, so I didn't tell anybody. And I continued with the facade that everything was okay and our life was good. And as I was continuing that facade, things were quickly becoming worse, and I was refusing to reach out to anybody, friends, community, nothing. My ego was so big, and so I had so much pride that was more important to me than my children at the time, briefly, until one day I looked at them and I realized that I had all my priorities incorrect, and they were what mattered. My ego could not take center stage over my children, and that was when I decided to look into the resources of the community. So I started to share my story privately with a couple of people I trusted, and they gave me the name of the Giving Plate. And I still didn't want to go, and then I realized that my children were the only thing that mattered, and so I put my ego aside and I decided to go check out the Giving Plate. And I remember sitting in the parking lot very ashamed and very scared and very unwilling to go in, and then I decided to go in. And my experience at the Giving Plate was very respectful. I was welcomed with open arms. I was treated with dignity. It honestly felt like I was walking into a friend's home. And that was the beginning of me feeling like, okay, I can ask for help. We would come home with boxes of food, and it was a really good feeling to walk in the house and be able to have a box of food that I could take care of my children. Our faces were very public in the community, so just the feeling of worrying that somebody else would notice my face or my children's face was very hard for me to get over. And my children were a little bit embarrassed, and when we went inside, they immediately had a great time. There was a beautiful, well-done children's area. They had a ton of fun picking out food. We felt very welcomed, and my children immediately were at ease. I think my shame and my ego and my desire to be an incredibly successful woman felt that if I went to the Giving Plate, it would mean that I had failed in my success. And I think it's important for everyone to know, no matter where you're at in your life, we're all one curveball away from needing help. And that's what's so incredible about community and about the Giving Plate is they are there to help you along when you have a hiccup in life. And maybe it's just a stepping stone to get right back on track. Maybe it's something to support you for a little bit, and your journey's just a little bit longer, but regardless, it's helping you along the way, and that's what's beautiful about the Giving Plate. I know what it's like as a mom and as a parent to have immense pride, and I think it's really important to utilize your resources in the community and to use the Giving Plate if you're at that point in your life. You will never regret it.